Okay, so the only other thing though that, so I have an 8a squared, and that is different than an a. They look just alike. Um, the 8a squared looks just alike with the 3a squared. So I'm going to highlight this positive 3a squared. So they have to look the exact same way. So when I combine my like terms here, 2a and a negative 3a. If you like doing what's called a scoreboard, you can do that. Positive team and a negative team. The positive team here has a positive 2. The negative team over here has a negative 3. So then you ask yourself, if this was like any type of scoreboard, two different teams playing against each other, which team is currently winning? The team that has the most points right now, looking at my scoreboard, is the negative team. Well, how many points are they up by? They're up by 1 point. Now, you typically don't see a 1 written in front of a variable, you just see the variable. So my answer here is negative a. If you want to write negative 1a, that's fine too. And then we're going to combine our a squareds. So we have a positive 8 and a positive 3. 8 plus 3 will give me 11, so plus 11a squared. Now the thing is that they write their expressions with the greatest, the variable that has the highest power, they write that first. And we'll talk about that more in just a little bit. But if you notice, you have a to the first power and a to the second power. So the highest power is that 2, so we just rewrite it 11a squared and then minus a. Okay. Now we are going to do PEMDAS. So for PEMDAS, we just follow the rules of PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division from left to right, addition and subtraction from left to right. So first I'm going to look, do I have any parentheses? Nope, so I'm done with that. Do we have any exponents? Yes, we do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy everything else down like I see it. And then I'm going to do this 4 squared. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. So I'm done with the exponents. Ooh, I'm done with my exponents. Now we're going to do multiplication and division. And if I look, I do see one thing in multiplication. And you go left to right. So 3 times 10 is 30. And then I'm going to leave everything else that I have. So plus 8 minus 16. So I am done with multiplication and division. Last thing I have is to add and subtract, and that's all that I have is a plus and a minus sign, and we go left to right. So we have 38, and then we have minus 16. So, or I should say 30 plus 8, which is 38, and then we subtract 16 from that. And when we do 38 minus 16, we just get 22. So now I am done. Okay. Number 8. So again, just write PEMDAS off to the side. First I check for parentheses. I do have parentheses. That's the 6 plus 10. So I'm going to rewrite it. 10 times 3 minus 14 divided by 7. Done with that. Exponents don't have any. Done with that. Multiplication and division. I have both. You go left to right. So 10 times 3 is 30. Minus 14 divided by 7 is 2. And then we add and subtract, and I just have one subtraction problem. 30 minus 2 is 28. Okay, number 9. Again, PEMDAS. First is parentheses, so I have 2 sets. 2 plus 1 is 3. Minus, now this one's going to be a little bit different because we have multiple things going on. So let me rewrite all of this first, and we're just going to focus on this step by step. Okay, so within these parentheses, we're going to do PEMDAS again. So within the parentheses, I don't have another set of parentheses. I do not have an exponent inside the parentheses. I do have multiplication / division. I have a division right here. And that's what I have to do first. So I'm going to rewrite this 3 minus parentheses 2 minus 6 divided by 3 is 2. And that's squared. Okay. Now we're going to subtract 2 minus 2. Well, 2 minus 2 is just 0. And then we do our exponents. Well, 0 squared is just 0, so I have 3 minus 0, and that will give us just 3. Right, and we got 3 more, and then we're done. So number 10, parentheses, exponents, multiplication slash division, addition slash subtraction. So I do have a set of parentheses, so I have 3. Now inside the parentheses, you have to ask yourself what comes first, the division or the subtraction. And if you look, m slash d, multiplication slash division, comes before addition and subtraction. So I have to do 90 divided by 5, and you can take some time and do that off to the side. 90 divided by 5 is 18, minus 7, minus 6 times 2. Okay, still have parentheses, and inside those parentheses we just do 18 minus 7. 18 minus 7 is 11. So now I'm done with my parentheses. There's nothing inside the parentheses that I can simplify because it's just 11. I do not have any exponents. I do have multiplication, so we're going to go left to right. So 3 times 11 is 33, minus 6 times 2 is 12. And then we have addition and subtraction. We just have to do 33 minus 12, which gives us 21. Okay, number 11, PEMDAS again. So first, I'm going to see if I have any parentheses, and I do actually have 2 sets of parentheses. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this set of parentheses first. So parentheses 5 minus parentheses 7 plus 3. I don't even have to have that because 7 plus 3 is just 10. And then we square it. So I still have to take care of my parentheses. 5 minus 10 is negative 5. And that's squared. And then negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. So really all we had here was parentheses and exponents. We do not have any multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. All right, last one. So again, PEMDAS. First is parentheses. We actually have 2 sets of parentheses. So let's go through this. 6 times 6 divided by parentheses. Okay, we're going to take care of the parentheses right here. 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. And then I'm going to copy everything else down, divided by 3. Still have to take care of the parentheses. So 6 times 6 divided by 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then you do your multiplication and division left to right. So you do not do 6 divided by 4 first because that's not going in order from left to right. So on the left side we do 6 times 6, which is 36. And then we divide that by 4. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. Okay, and then we got 2 word problems and we're done. So it says in a recent year, the median salary for an engineer in the United States was $55,000 and the median salary for a computer programmer was $52,000. Write and evaluate an expression to estimate the total costs for a business to employ an engineer and a programmer for 5 years. Okay, so for this one, we will have it's $55,000 for an engineer, and they want to keep him for 5 years at least, and $52,000 for a computer programmer, and again they want to keep him for 5 years. And it says to write an expression. An expression means we do not have an equal sign, so that's my expression. But it does tell us that we have to evaluate it. So 55,000 times 5 plus 52,000 times 5 will give us 535,000. So that's how much they will have to budget to keep both those employees for 5 years. And the last one here, find your perimeter of the fenced dog pen below. Okay, so let's talk about perimeter. To find perimeter, you have to add up all of your sides, all of them, not just 2 of them, all of your sides. So if my length here is 2x plus 5y minus 3, my length here is 2x plus 5y minus 3. If my width is 5x minus 2y plus 7, my width over here on this side will be 5x minus 2y plus 7. So we're just going to go around and we're going to combine like terms. So I see that I have a 2x, I have a 5x, I have a 2x, and I have a 5x. Oops. Okay, so when I combine all those, 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2, that gives me 14x. Then I have 5y minus 2y plus 5y minus 2y. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6, so plus 6y. Oh, I need to be in my red. And the last thing we have here are what are called constants. So minus 3 plus 7 minus 3 plus 7. So 7 and 7 is 14. Negative 3 and negative 3 is negative 6. 14 minus 6 will give me a positive 8. And so that's my perimeter for this problem. And that is it.